Yes, we do give thanks for life and a mighty life given. We give thanks for all good things around us are sent from Zion above. So we praise Father for his divine love. Give thanks definitely for this program today. I am very I'm almost like a whole hour, you know, on the time that I was really supposed to be here. So accept my sincere love and loyalty, still for coming and saying, well, um, being that it's such a special day, it's Mother's Day, at least we would come into studio, Calabash Television, right here live with you in St. Lucia, and still wish you a happy Mother's Day and give thanks for the woman, and all the great things that the woman actually stands for within society, and give thanks for the woman that basically took the time out, to just become a mother, because that is one of the things that society have really trying to diminish, you know, um, the humanness of the woman, So even to the extent that they have people who say, well, they're not supposed to have no gender, and when a child is born, they're not woman or they're not man, they just human, and they can decide whatever they want to be. The woman is beyond measures, you know, precious treasure, you uh, treasure that is more valuable than any other treasure that you could imagine, even any kind of realms. A good woman, So the fact that society on the whole, does deliberately work towards diminishing the value of the woman to the extent that even the sex of a woman, just saying that a woman is a woman and a man is a man, that thing that like people believe, well, like, you can decide whether or not you are a woman. Being born a woman, with a vagina and breasts, and having that capacity to replicate yourself, giving birth and having a child and having children, right, is the direct replication of yourself. So you are reproducing yourself. So a woman that consciously chooses to become a mother, being born a woman is wonderful, and oh, it's glorious. It's fantastic. It's an honor. It's a privilege. You have been given that honor and that responsibility to carry humanity down the line. You have been given that responsibility to basically ensure that humanity perpetuates, humanity continues. So just being a woman is not something that we should take lightly, or people should believe that it is something that you could easily, just acquire or just no. That blessing of being created a woman is something that every woman supposed to be really thankful for. And the woman that takes the opportunity and uses her creative center, her black hole, her infinity, her heaven, Zion. Her rose. Basically, when she understands the fullness of that, and then she consciously chooses to give birth, love a man and trust a man enough to receive the fullness of the man. So, the creation process whereby a woman loves herself and all her experiences and fully embrace herself to the extent that she wants to reproduce herself. She wants to recreate herself. She wants to manifest herself. And because it's the union of the man and the woman that brings forth the child, and the woman being responsible for taking that sperm, taking these characteristics, looking at this man and saying, well, I love this man and I want to recreate this man. So then the woman, loving herself, to recreate 23 of her characteristics, to take that soul from that sperm, take it and nurture it within a womb. For 9 months, over 42 songs. And takes that sperm into her bosom, the depths of a womb, nurture it, feed it, carry it, stretches so a whole abdomen that was nice and six-packed and everything. Yeah, stretch marks and everything because the walls of the abdomen expands and the muscles tear, and the pubic bone separates. Literally, the two bones spread apart and separates. And the pelvic girdle opens up. So the fact that the woman goes through that process and creates life, give thanks for all the mothers. So even if we were a bit tardy today, that I went on some visits, so I came in a bit tardy today. I said that it is fitting that we honor and adore, and bow down to, prostrate to the woman, the mother, the woman that takes that responsibility to push forth a child out of a womb and to give forth life. So, woman, it is your time to honor yourself. It is your time to give yourself a clap, And so give every woman, who have taken that opportunity to give birth, the woman who have given up of self, of her physical looks, who get the stretch marks and the torn abdominal muscles and the hernias and all the whole stories, and the breast, getting flabby, as you know how it is, like the woman, when the woman, that they say, oh, her breast is flabby because, oh, she put silicone or some type of things and all type of things. When it is that the muscles of the breast of the woman is well extended and developed, you could witness, right, the beauty and the glory of motherhood. Give thanks for all the women that took that step. I give thanks to my own mother, who then never aborted me. So your mother could have aborted you. I mean, if your mother could have aborted you, so the fact that some people that say, well, priest boy, I don't talk to my mother. I don't speak to no one who don't speak to their mother. If you don't speak to your mother, I don't want to be your friend. If you don't speak to your mother, I don't want to be your friend. You better go and speak. If you have a conversation with me, you have to speak to your mother. You have to be speaking to your mother. So you can't come and say, well, I don't speak to my mother and my mother always. Nah, man. The fact that alone, that your mother never aborted you, the fact that the mother carried, that embryo, that fetus, that child, that soul within a womb for 42, 43, 44 strongs, 9 months, right, and push it out and give forth life, that's good enough. Every hug and every kiss, if you got a hug, if you got a kiss, if you got a house, if you got shelter, if you get breast milk, anything else you get from that is a blessing. Just the fact that she considered enough and loved you enough to push you out and to just lay you on the table and go on her own business and never turn back, that's enough to honor and give thanks for and praise, adore, prostrate to. Oh, mother, I love you. Right? All these things that you could do for the woman just because she pushed you out and never aborted you. You could have been thrown in a condom somewhere. Somebody could have, ejaculated you in a condom and throw you away somewhere, and then you could have never come into existence. But this woman thought that you were significant enough to carry you for the 42, 43, 44 strongs and the 9 months, right? And push you out into creation. That is good enough to honor and respect your mother. So all the mothers who just all you did was just push out the child, and even if you did nothing else, and you push out the child and put it on a step or someplace that somebody else could take care of it. I mean, give thanks that for that life. Give thanks for life. Because that alone is significant. So if we can weigh the value of the woman that chooses to be a mother, right? And then now be able to say, well, look, I mean, you look at your own mother, and say, wow, give thanks for my mother. So no matter how big I am, how gray or silver my precepts will become, I have a mother. I came out of a birth canal. I was pushed out into the world out of a vagina. Whether or not I had any breast milk, I came out of a woman, and that woman's name was Maria. So I give thanks for my mother, who found that I was worthy enough, to push me out into the world, and I was further blessed, right, to be taken by my grandmother, who actually, right, raised, not raised, I would say nurtured me and fed me and took care of me in my youth. So give thanks for mother, and and the grandmother, that's the mother of the mother. So give thanks for that blessing, and I just want to say give thanks for that. So even if my mother did nothing more than just push me out, I say give thanks for that. And all I want to say is that, just that alone is great. And if a woman decides to allow you to suck on her breast, I mean, come on, So if it is that as a baby you got that opportunity to suck on your mother's breast and drink breast milk for 6 months, oh, come on, give thanks. That's a further blessing. That a woman would give of herself to the extent that she give off of herself, her how she looks, and how it's going to be affecting her breast, and how it's going to be affecting her looks, and put you upon her paps, her breast, and allow you to suck for 6 months. That's half of a whole year, morning, noon, and night, right? And some women do it for a year, right? So if you get that, oh my goodness, give thanks. Yeah. So there is no reason that you supposed to be upset with your mother. There's no reason that she gave you breast milk for 6 months. Oh my, you were sucking on the paps for literally drinking and feeding out of her for 6 months. Oh, okay, right. So then now you begin to add value. You begin to understand. What is it that was offered, that was given to you, from your mother, that you then begin to say, well, look, I have that responsibility to take care of my mother, to love my mother, to forgive my mother. And even if my mother has done the most atrocious things, just because she is my mother, I will ensure that, she's well taken care of. Okay, give thanks. So even if I don't have to go and sit down and stay there whole day and just because she's my mother, I will do my best to ensure that she prospers and she's taken care of and she's good. So you understand the full value. Oh, you sucked on her breast for 6 months and you don't speak to her? Right? Okay. Oh my. So then I supposed to love you? No. If you cannot love and speak to the woman that you sucked upon her breast for a year or 12 months, and then she's the one who clean your body, your backside, your anus, every time you poop, sometimes she has you on her and then you just poop on her, and every time she has to put her hands and clean your body, and every time if you get a cold she has to suck out the mucus from your nose and everything. Then you want to say that you're so upset with your mother that you want to speak to your mother. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? When you begin to weigh in and put in and add up all the value, all the value of the mother. So we give thanks for the mother, the woman who does all this and the woman who does more. So we give thanks for that. So if it is that we now as a people are not able to actually come and see the value, of the woman who actually takes on that responsibility to that love, number one, say, well, I love myself enough to reproduce myself, so I'm going to create myself forward. I'm going to make myself. Oh, and I love this man, every aspect of this man, and I'm going to take in of this man and replicate this man and reproduce this man. And for 9 months, 42, 43, 44 strongs, she carries that life force, that soul, and pushes it out into creation, and then allows it to suck upon her paps, for 6 months, a year, draw out food, right from her bosom, right? And then now, okay, yeah, and still clean your body, and when you pee and feed you and take care of you and hug you and walk you, and all these different type of things, Right? Come on, man. I give thanks for the woman, every single woman who has taken the time out to push forward a child into creation. Give thanks. Happy Mother's Day to you. Some people say every day is Mother's Day. No, Yeah, you could give the mother a day whereby you know just do some, go out of your way and do something a bit special, where you recognize something extraordinary, where you recognize mother, you know, and understand and value her food, the essence. So Mama Maria, I give thanks for you for pushing me out into the world, you know, and housing me and helping me and doing everything that you did for me, you know. And Mama Amo, my grandmother, I do give thanks. You know, God bless your beautiful soul, that for all the great things that you did for me and to me and with me, you know, and guided me for my whole journey. You know, so I definitely give thanks for Honorable Empress Ethiopia, you know, my empress that has actually pushed forth, you know, 8 children, you know. So I mean, give thanks, right, for what great investment into life. You know, this is like uh, a great investment, you know, a wonderful investment into life. You know, so definitely give thanks for the woman that took that takes that responsibility to actually give forth life, you know, and invest that energy and love enough, right, to run to replicate you and recreate you and your very likeness, right, and then love herself enough to want to replicate and recreate her own self. So give thanks, you know, this evening, you know, I mean, we're gonna put on the the lines, you know, we're going to take an intercession at 8:30, you know. So from now until 8:30, and then we're going to probably stop at about 8:45. We've been given a little bit more time, you know, by our studio, you know, so we might go on until a little time. So before we take I think we'll just take an intercession on half hour, right, than the normal, you know, 15 minutes. So I mean, the people who want to call, I mean, the lines, we open up the lines for the people who want to call and give us a call and, you know, say something positive and hopeful on for your mother. Don't make me have to beg anybody to call. I'm not supposed to have to beg anybody. You're supposed to want to put in some money, you know, on your phone, you know, wherever you are in the world, you know, and call just because you understand the fullness of your mother. And if it is that you're not speaking to mommy, you know, if it is that you don't have a relationship with mommy, you better go, you know, and get a relationship with mommy. You know, forgive yourself. You know, forgive mommy. You know, he that knows better do better. You know, so if you feel that mommy is being a bad mommy, then you'll be a good daughter. You know, so if you feel that mommy is being a bad mommy, then be a good son. You know, so what are the attributes of being a good son? What are the attributes of being a good daughter? Right? So the attributes, you know, of being a good son and being a good daughter is that capacity to be able to show them that love and affection. So if you want better, you do better, right? So the numbers are right here on the screen: 1758-451-9349 and 1758-453-1730. I mean, come on, I don't feel like I have to, even all of you that are looking on YouTube and on Instagram, the numbers are there. You could make an international call. Our people here in St. Lucia will be listening to you, you know. So as you know that we are live on television in St. Lucia, so the green screen you see behind you, those of you on Instagram and those of you on YouTube, I mean, definitely is you will see something completely different. So those of you in St. Lucia, those people right overseas and in St. Lucia, give us a call. Let us know where you're calling from, you know, and who your mother is, and send some love for your mother. It's your opportunity. Let me see what you're gonna do. You know, if it is that you are going to give your mother a call and call your mother. If not, we're just going to close on at the 8:30 time and just have it for our nice little 30 minutes and have it nice. So if we don't get a call by 8:30, then we're just going to, the brother offered some more time, but you know, we're just gonna bring it down to the 8:30 because we just wanted to ensure that, you know, we came in and we give the woman some love, you know, because the woman needs that love. And how society treats the woman, you know, you know, so at the end of the day, man, somebody says that, what if my mother died when I was a kid? You were never a kid. A kid is a little good, you know. Your kid is a god. You're not a kid. So you have to rephrase that question. If you believe that you're a kid, then you already have problems. So that's traumatic already. Everyone knows what a kid is. So you have to rephrase that question. The number to call is 1758-451-9349, 1758-453-1730. Those of you, the number is also here. If no one calls by 8:40, give thanks my brother technician for offering us the more time. But definitely, happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful women outside here, who have taken that time out to directly invest in the sustenance of creation. Give thanks for all those of you who have actually pushed out a child into creation, and more thanks and honor and glory for all those people who, even after pushing a child out, even allowed the child to suck on a breast, and that person who housed the child and take care of the child and give the child food, clothing, shelter, and education. Give thanks for that mother. Yes, caller, blessed. Yes, my sister, give thanks. Love from me also. You're welcome. You also, beloved, give thanks. So the wonderful sister just called and bless the mother from Mark. So give thanks for that love. Yes, caller, blessed, give thanks. Your television is too loud, brother. You need to turn down the volume of the TV, right, and listen to the phone. Yeah. So you come in for that. Probably you should yeah, put put down the volume of the TV and listen in your phone. I think you should make him call back because he's just listening to himself on the TV. If you listen to yourself on the TV, there'll always be a delay, brother. So go someplace else and speak on the phone. Yeah, my mother is still alive. I actually went to see my mother before I came to. Yeah, my mother is still alive. Yeah. Yeah. Give thanks for the love, man. Love, man. Blessed. My mother is still alive. I give thanks for her. Her name is Maria. Marie, the mother, Mary. Yeah, Mary. Yeah, mother of God. Yes, 1758-451-9349, 1758-453-1730. That's the number to call. Of course, you could call international. That's why you have the area code. It's plus 1758-451-9349. Yeah, so we have another 3 more calls to go before we need to get 5 more calls before 8:30, or else we're going to close down at 8:30. So those people who want to call, come on. I mean, so we're missing 3 more calls before 8:30. Um, so those people, you just call and bless up your mother. Everybody's supposed to be rushing to call and loving their mother. Probably that's why the lines must be jammed. That so many people trying to call to just bless up their mother, and all these people from on Instagram and everybody from YouTube. So all the lines must be jammed because everyone loves mommy so much. So give thanks for life and a mighty life giver. Give thanks for this opportunity. Give thanks for every woman again. As I said, definitely we give thanks for all the mothers of creation. Give thanks for all the mothers who actually went the extra miles that they had to go through. Give thanks for my mother. Give thanks for my grandmother, give thanks for the mothers of all, children, and the mothers of my children. Give thanks, for all the human and them again who take that opportunity to basically, invest that energy and time into life and creation. So it's about 2 minutes to 8:40. I think we'll just stop at 8:40 today, and I give thanks for the extra time, Honorable. That I feel that it was enough that I actually came in and sent a blessing to the all the women and them, and to bless out all mothers on this Mother's Day. And I just would want every son and every daughter, every child, to honor your mother. Just take a time out and just, don't put tears in your mother's eyes. My whole life changed when I saw my mother cry. So at the end of the day, don't put tears in your mother's eye. Try your best to not to be a heaviness or a burden on the heart of your mother. Try your best to be a joy at the thoughts of you, and when your mother see you and everything, it brings a joy and peace divine. So try to work towards that. Love your mother. Take care of your mother. Whatever that you could do, if you could do anything for anyone, you could do for your mother also. And if you could forgive your oppressor, then you could forgive your mother. So there is nothing that a mother can do that should make you hate your mother to death, because you'll be killing your own self, because that's your very source. No one can say that they love the God that they don't see that create them. And they say, well, I was created by God, and God create you, and then your mother and father that physically create you, you don't love them and don't speak to them, you are being a hypocrite. So love your mother, love your father, the physical mother and your physical father, to the extent that you honor and you understand that they are your reflection and your inflection, and they are your own manifestation, and you are a sum of both of them. So that you respect and honor them and give them all the love that you can. Give thanks again. Jah Rastafari. Blessed love. Give thanks. Give thanks.